Hi there. Welcome to the GridMate Learning channel. In this video, we're introducing one of GridMate's latest components, the GridMate Gantt chart. This component brings interactive, visual project management directly into Salesforce. It helps teams plan tasks, adjust schedules, and track progress with ease. In this first walkthrough, we'll focus on the setup and configuration of the Gantt chart. Let's begin. First, let's create a new project. Click New, then fill in the project details, for example, GridMate Gantt chart as the project name along with the start and end dates. Once everything is set, click Save. Perfect. Our project is ready. But before we start the Gantt chart, we need to configure how it connects to Salesforce data. Open Lightning App Builder by clicking on the gear icon, then Edit Page. Next, create a new tab. For example, name it Gantt chart. In the Component Explorer, search Gantt chart. Drag the component onto the new tab. On the right panel, you'll see the Gantt configuration field. For the title, you can keep it as a Gantt chart. You can change the icon if needed. Check Enable Multi-Select if you'd like to allow multi-row selection. Enable Tree Reorder to let users drag and reorder items within the tree. Enable Editing to let users modify record values directly in the grid. Check Enable Deletion to allow users to delete records. Check Enable Checklist to display checkbox selection for list items. Default Scheduling Mode. You can choose between MS Project, Auto or Manual. Before we paste the configuration, let's take a moment to understand what it actually does. This JSON connects the Gantt chart to three main things: tasks and resources and dependencies. We configure two task levels, the project and the Gantt tasks. The first configuration uses the project object. This allows the project to appear as the top row in the Gantt chart. We define the project title, start date, and end date. This configuration also includes dynamic task colors. For example, if the status equals completed, it will automatically appear in green. If the status equals in progress, it will automatically appear in orange. All other tasks will use the default color, a light pinkish orange. This shows how the Gantt chart can adapt visually based on your data. We then define that the project can contain multiple Gantt tasks as children. The second configuration defines the Gantt task object. These are the actual tasks displayed on the timeline. We configure task name, start and end dates, progress, and task ordering. Finally, we define which fields appear in the task details panel and in the hover popover. This ensures users can quickly see key task information. We also map the task assignment object, so resources can be assigned to tasks directly in the Gantt chart. Next, project resources. This defines who can be assigned to tasks. We load resources from the Gantt project resource object. You can use any custom or standard object. We define the icon and display the resource's name, email, and avatar. This filter ensures we only load resources linked to the current project. Moving on to dependencies. This section tells the Gantt chart how tasks are linked together. We define the dependency object and map the fields for the predecessor task, the successor task, the dependency type, the delay between tasks. We also configure the lag, the type, the unit, and the amount. For example, if two tasks are linked by a finish to start dependency and you want to add a lag, you can load it in days or weeks. Let's add it to the page. Now that the configuration is pasted, let's review the additional settings available in App Builder. These settings control how the Gantt chart looks and behaves by default. First, default view. This defines which timeline view opens first when users start the Gantt chart. You can choose between day, week, month, year, or full timeline. Zoom level controls how zoomed in the timeline appears by default. This helps users land directly at the right level of detail. Visible tasks define how many tasks are initially loaded and visible. This is useful for performance when working with large projects. Row height controls the height of each task row. Slot size controls the width of each time slot on the timeline. Together, these settings control the overall density of the Gantt chart. Enable show only working hours to hide nights and non-working time. Then define workday start, workday end, hour span. This ensures the timeline matches your team's working schedule. You can also configure the working week. Define work week start, work weekend, first day of week. This adapts the Gantt chart to regional or company schedules. Enable snap to working days so tasks automatically align to working days, skipping weekends and holidays. You can control the side panels too. Enable list panel open by default to show the task list automatically. Enable editor panel open by default to open the task editor when the chart loads. Finally, you can define the default panel widths. Default list panel width, default editor panel width. This helps you control the layout and screen space. The Gantt chart is now fully configured and ready. Now click Save and go back to the project record. In this part of the demo, we'll focus on creating tasks and subtasks. Start by clicking on the drop-down menu. From here, you can choose to create a new task either before or after the current one. For this example, let's add a child task. Go ahead and fill in the required information. Once that's done, click Save. Finally, click Save again to confirm and add the child task. That's it. Thank you for watching.